Hey, what's up? David here with Core Confidence, and today we're talking about what to do if you don't have enough time to date, or you keep coming up with, I just don't have any time to date, okay? And there's two main things I want to address with this, but of course it's a very relatively common, issue for busy, successful guys, right? I see it across the board. I see where guys are successful and they've figured out how to have time in their schedule for what's important to them, and I see where guys are just full up on, things to do in their schedule. Obviously, career, kids, oftentimes, right? If divorced guy, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things in the schedule, right? But I really find it comes down to one thing, right? And this is where you have to ask yourself, because obviously, sometimes life is busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, and dating is not a priority, but career is, kids are, maintaining relationships with friends and family, your health, etc. But what I find more often than not is, in having these conversations with guys for years now, is that what can often happen is it seems like it's a matter of what's in my schedule, how busy I am, right? How busy a guy is, talking from his perspective. But what it really is turned into is an avoidance of dating. So what happens oftentimes is a guy hasn't been dating for years often. Okay, and this usually comes down to when it's been for years and years and years. I'm just too busy. Work keeps pulling on me. Business is never ending, right? If you're a fellow business owner like me, because it is never ending. You're ultimately in control of your schedule, of course, in business, even more. And, having business versus career is a whole different thing. Maybe a topic for another video, dating as an entrepreneur versus a career man, but not of this video. So it really comes down to, first, priority. You have to check, because we will move towards, take action, and accomplish things that we prioritize. Plain and simple. That's how we work as human beings. That's how our mind works, okay? But underlying that is we don't want to experience the pain of failed past relationships. We don't want to experience the pain of potential rejection. We tried online dating. We tried going out and meeting women, doing it the traditional way and pick up and things like this, and it hasn't really worked out for us in the way we wanted it to, right? So what generally starts to happen is the conversation happens inside of, I don't know if this is worth it. Women are a pain in the butt. All women are this way. All women, all they care about is money. All women is what they care about is looks. All women, all women, all women. And actually, in psychological terms, that's called a cognitive distortion, when it's all or none, okay? All Republicans are like this. All Democrats are like this. All women are like this. All men are like this, right? All rich people are like this. All poor people are like this. All fat people are like this. All skinny people are like this. Whatever it is, all or none, right? Or no one this and no one that. It's called a cognitive distortion. There's a particular flavor, the term for that kind of cognitive distortion. There's like 13 to 15 different ones. If you look it up, it's something I came across years ago. It doesn't really matter in the end specifically what it is. But that distortion starts to become a reality, and then we gather evidence for our new belief of, well, I just don't have time, and then all women are this and all women are that, and I'm just too busy, and it'll never work out, and I don't want to get rejected. And some of those are going to be quiet conversations in the recesses of a guy's mind, sometimes late at night, or when it comes to getting out there to be more social, right? Talking to more women, so on and so forth, whatever that may be. It's really sort of insidious how the mind will creep in and support the beliefs that we put in place. And this is like, I've talked about this before, the boiling frog syndrome. It often doesn't happen in an instant. It happens over time with a slow boil, and then you're boiling in that new belief of, I'm just way too busy. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time, which is actually a symptom to something deeper, usually like I don't want to get rejected. I got hurt too much in the past. It'll never work out. It doesn't work out. The women I want don't want me. The women that I don't want me. So what's the use, right? I'm only getting, I don't like using this terminology, 7s. I can't get the 9s or 10s. So, I'll just keep using my same approach, whatever, okay? All kinds of different things. It's a little bit different. But when it comes down to time and scheduling, you have to ask yourself honestly and keep checking. Because if you really want to go out there, attract and date the right women for you, okay, it's clear, it's plain and simple a matter of priority. And if it's a time of life where it's just not right, cool. But you have to be dead honest with yourself. Don't short yourself. Don't punk yourself on this, right? Don't steal from yourself, because you'll know in your gut, in your heart, and it was just that little creeping feeling, or it could be a big feeling of, man, wow, I am avoiding dating. I am blaming it on I'm too busy. I am blaming it on, right? Work just keeps pulling on me, right? And often when I get on breakthrough calls with guys and time and busyness comes up, when the desire is truly there, that stuff, we easily figure out a way around that so they can really have what they want. And it quickly becomes apparent to them that I can make the time, because we will make the time for those things that are important, right? And honestly, an easier level is handling this. It's when a guy gets mired in a negative conversation about negativity around women. All women are like this and that, and what's the use, and blah, 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 right? I'm not saying it's easy to deal with women all the time necessarily. I'm not saying that at all. They say the same thing about us often, right? But when a guy gets mired in those beliefs, there are some dark corners of the internet you don't want to get caught up in. And maybe some of you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, you're better for it at this current time. I've gotten caught in those dark corners before, and they're dark places, and the truth gets twisted very much in those extreme places of all this or all that, all men this or all women that, okay? It's just what I've found. So, bottom line is, if you are in a spot where you feel like you're too busy to date, it's a simple question, okay? One, it's actually two questions. One, do I really want to get out there right now? Okay, do I have a desire in my heart, my gut, core of my body, right? Two, is it possible that I'm avoiding dating for some other reason and blaming it on that I'm too busy, don't have enough time? Okay. Now, this may be a question that doesn't come immediately. It's something you might have to contemplate over a day or two. And you'll know if you're, but sometimes it'll be like, oh, I'm too busy to even think about that. Well, really? Okay. Are you living the life you want? Are you happy in all areas, including, of course, your love life? If not, something could be up. I'm not saying that it is up. You have to internally check and ask those two questions. Do I want this? And am I avoiding? Because one thing about human beings is we love to go towards pleasure and away from pain. And if pain is greater than pleasure, we will not go in the direction of what we want. Pleasure is, what we desire, what we want in this case. It's like the brake is on more than the gas. And we're trying to put the gas on, but the brake, until we remove that brake, can we get going and accelerate further, right? So, I hope that's useful. I hope that helps. And listen, if you want some help with this stuff, feel free to reach out over chat, send me a PM, or go to coreconfidence.com/talk. We can talk about all this kind of stuff. And if you want help sorting through that you want this, but you feel like you're too busy, and there's probably some other challenges that will come up that we'll discuss coming on, then we can do that in a breakthrough call. Again, send me a PM, or go to coreofconfidence.com/talk. We'll talk about what's working, what's not, map out a plan, appropriate steps, and see if or how I can best help you out personally. Okay? So again, you feel like you don't have enough time to recap, or I just don't have the time, I can't find the time, write down and ask those two questions and see where you're at. And you might be surprised, and hopefully pleasantly surprised. The truth hurts often at first, But I'm a huge believer in the truth will set us free. That's what truth does in my experience when I really own up to it and face it. And so I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.